Word. Hey folks, this is Excuse Factory episode 14. This is E.L.E. Tyler is at work, and honestly, for the interview segments of Excuse Factory, it's better off having an organized guy like me on the job here. I've got half-assed research, I've got prepared questions, I'm out pounding the pavement and meeting people that are cool and local gems, and on that note, I've got with me today Blaster from E.L.E. and the hardcore metal band Immortal Champions, and he's going to talk to me about a lot of stuff. So what do you think,
Definitely.
Blaster?
Definitely. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I got off work not too long ago. I slipped into my role as the good guy dad. And now I'm upstairs in my sweaty office drinking wine. And
wine.
Yeah. Well, the beer store was closed, or the liquor store was closed last night, so I had to go to the wine.
Struggle, man. The struggle is real.
Mm-hmm. So, what are you saying? What's your
just
week
finished
look like?
just finished practicing. Was just drumming for a little bit.
Nice.
Just having a couple of beers, chilling out, and I was mixing some stuff for you. That's about it, man. That's all I was doing today.
Awesome. Well, I threatened to do this interview when I bumped into you. It's funny because I've known the guys from E.L.E. back when they were Aurora Snow.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to share a lot of stages, very small stages or dirty floors for the most part. And
very dirty.
They were the only fans of my band, so immediately I thought, well, you guys rule. And then I happened to like their music when they weren't super drunk and they were playing.
Jeez, there's so many conversations we can have about all that, but
of course, but we're not gonna disparage your bandmates. It's funny because I know you, but I don't know you. I knew
exactly. We ran in the same circles.
Yeah, we probably have a lot of mutual friends that we
exactly.
But I knew you. I've fucking seen you play, where you had a different moniker, which we're not going to use on the show. But you played in a band called Notwithstanding. You play guitar, didn't you?
Yes, definitely.
Which is a huge departure in terms of content from the stuff that I know you now. But definitely stylistically, there's a lot of similar stuff. Yeah, it's hardcore.
Yeah. Definitely hardcore. I'm a hardcore kid. Well, I'm a metal kid first. That's what I grew up on. And then hardcore and punk just took my life, I love hardcore.
Yeah, for sure. So was that your first band, or did you have stuff before that?
Oh, I had stuff way before that. I mean,
how far back are we gonna go? Take me all the way back. I mean,
I started I started at 11 years old playing drums.
Real. Holy shit.
I was into Slayer and Metallica and DRI, thrash and crossover thrash, MOD, just all those kinds of bands. And then my first band was a Metallica Megadeth cover band. And I was 14 years old, I believe, at that time.
Yeah.
And they were called Scythe. And I actually have still tapes from those days.
Where did you guys base out of?
That was in Stayner, Ontario, Barrie area.
Okay, so you're not a Madoc boy or a Belleville boy or a
Not growing up, no.
Okay.
No, I was in the my father was in the military, so I went from New Brunswick all the way out east, west.
Well, and the names of the bands you mentioned, because you're a little older than me, but you're from that pre-internet era. You straddle both eras where you would have heard about music either from other people or just seeing cool album covers in a store or something.
Exactly. Yeah. Going to the record store and just looking at a cover and going, "Hey, Death, look at this cover. Okay, I'm taking this home."
SOD, that's deep cut material. Not a lot of people know who SOD is.
Oh man, SOD is a blueprint for half the stuff in Immortal Champions. Let's be honest here. They were phenomenal. Billy Milano.
Man, they're awesome. Funny. I didn't call you guys Immortal Technique, did I?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. No, you said Champions.
Okay.
Which was funny because it was originally entitled Eternal Champions, but I actually got a letter from Sega because they had a video game. The whole premise of it, Larson is the singer when they're all characters from the game. But they told us to cease and desist, and this is like right back in like 2004, I think it was. So I had to change it to Immortal Champions. I have that letter that Sega sent me.
You should.
It's crazy.
That. You should frame that. That's amazing.
So, Immortal Champions, not Immortal Technique.
Yeah, definitely not. I got nothing against him. He's just like, he just doesn't work with a good DJ. He's still there.
What's that?
I just find he's a good rapper, but he doesn't work with.
Yeah, you cut out there
producers.
for a good little second.
Oh, it'll happen. The attic I'm in, the attic office is not good for Wi-Fi or phone or really anything other than podcasting.
Yeah, but okay, so as you were saying, my early stuff I was in some punk bands and stuff, high school, everything.
Yeah.
But when I moved to Trenton in grade 10 and 11, that's when I met some guys and we started a band called 5.5 Roots. Well, before that was Empty, which is funny because, you know the Phimisters?
The name is familiar, yeah.
They're a local band in Trenton Belleville area, but they're more like a poppy Morrissey band. Well, Basil Wood is their guitar player, and me and him with a gent named Jamie on bass, we started a band called Empty, and it was like a pop punk band because I was owned the Napalm Death and nobody wanted to play that around here, which was weird. You know, I had to settle on that, and we toured, we played, remember the old Copperfields in Belleville? We played there multiple times, and it was like kids until I met a guy named Jeff, and we started 5.5 Roots.
I think I've seen both bands, like the names ring a bell.
Yeah.
Mind you, I would have seen you during like an era of underage drinking and, you know.
I played, 5.5 Roots played the arena in Trenton with Tree Frogs. Wow, I can't believe I remember that. And Drudgery.
Oh, Drudgery, I remember them. That was
who became Product, Dave and Derek and Aaron and
yeah.
Yeah. So
fucking rap metal.
I know. Fuck. Don't even get me into. That's why MOD has that song Wigga.
I don't want to make you mad, so I don't want to talk about rap metal.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of rap metal.
No, I mean, some of it is like Body Count's okay, and
Body Count is awesome.
It's okay.
I mean, Rage does some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like that, like the Limp Bizkits.
Yeah, it doesn't.
The Corn and whatever. That's not even important. It's way off the radar. It's just hilarious. Yeah, it does kind of get me like little. It's not. Can't even say it's not real music. It's just I don't know. It's
Man, that's fair.
I can't get into that. But yeah, so 5.5 Roots, which turned into. I went out to Ottawa after college, and I was in a band called Sick. See, there's too many bands. I don't even want to get into all the bands. There's way too many bands.
Man, well, you're going deeper than like I need three
so anyways,
of your things.
Let's fast to like close to nowadays when I was in Trenton, and I had the band WBDH, which I played guitar for. I don't know if you heard of them, with Blood Drenched Hands.
I don't know, because I didn't live in Belleville for 5 years, and I
because that was between like 2012 to like 2016.
Okay,
and we played with like Rise of the Brave. We played with all those guys around here, and it was actually that's where the SOHC was born. That's the other thing that we do, the Southern Ontario Hardcore. And that's what all that came all together during the WBDH times. And it was actually a really good band. We never recorded anything, but we lived off of our live shows.
Yeah,
we played a ton of live shows, and that's where I started to, as Blaster, started to get a name. Was before, yes, but coming back, home.
Yeah,
we started driving the scene a bit more.
And
notwithstanding, that's the one thing.
Yeah,
Troy.
Because I remember that. That was, Troy's the man. I got nothing but respect for Troy and like everything he's done. But oh yeah, okay. So I'm just looking at my.
Yeah, you look at your because it was kind of a little ramble there that
no, it's good.
May or may not have made sense. I was kind of going back and forth,
No,
but I totally forgot about no.
It was very linear. You actually covered. You went deeper than because I figured the way you play drums and guitar that you've had more than those projects that I knew about for sure.
Oh, I have tons of projects. That's like my label, Thicker Than Blood Records.
Yeah.
Everything on it, I have somehow touched. Either I'm playing in it or producing it or recording it. That's the whole premise of the label is to...
You're gonna, at the end, I'll get you to plug all your shit. So
yeah, that's cool. I'm not even worried about that.
Everything. And we could do a cross promo.
Definitely.
When we release it. So, okay, so I've covered like kind of your like the quick Reader's Digest of your your musical activities. But how did you? Because I know when Alex from Aurora Snow went out west, they didn't have a drummer. So I'm assuming that's when you slid in, like, because I'm tighter with Shaner than Bates. Like I know Shaner a little
That's
better,
funny. That's funny because Shane was the one that found me because I was playing in Black Stab Gospel.
Oh right, and with Stacy, right?
With Kenny and his son and yeah, it was like a hardcore punk band. I was not playing drums. Like I stopped playing drums for about 3 years, and then Kenny came over to my place to record. So he's like, "Well, can you record the drums for me?" I said,
That's right.
Fine,
We had
I'll
this,
record the drums for you.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Well, no one can play these drums. You're gonna have to come play them live." And I'm like, "I'm not playing drums live anymore," you know. And then it just came back to playing drums. And then Shaner saw us one night, and the story that Shane tells me all the time, he's like, "Yes, he will be ours." And basically, Shane just contacted me one day, and he's like, "Hey, man, well, it was funny. I was in another band trying to start off, and I was playing guitar, and I asked Shane, you want to come play guitar with me in this metal band?" Which ended up him taking me to go jam with Bates. And then when we got together to play, it was just, wow. It was on a level that I didn't even expect.
Yeah.
Because they're such amazing, they truly are really amazing musicians.
They got, it didn't happen overnight, but they got fucking tight. I mean,
man.
I'm not here to like jerk your chain the whole episode, but like definitely.
When I joined.
You joined the band and
definitely.
I'm always a fan of like the power trio format for a band.
Oh, definitely.
You cut all the fat and it's just straight.
In your face.
It's in your face. It's simple.
Raw, real.
Yeah.
And a band is only as good as its drummer.
Absolutely, and not to disparage Alex, man. He
oh
rocks,
God,
he's
no,
a great
no,
drummer.
that was a whole different band. He did what he did, and I mean,
totally,
he's awesome too.
Like this, yes, the same singer, like a lot of the same personnel, but they're really not the same band. It's a different feel.
Yeah,
it definitely feels more metal with you in the band.
And that's what they call it. We call it thrash punk because I brought a very thrashy element to it.
It's way more thrashy than.
And I'm pushing that all the time with them. I'm putting more double bass in. I've got a couple songs now with some blast beats. We're working on a new EP that's just going to be like, whoa.
You push the wall.
Yeah. And you got to do that in punk sometimes because honestly, punk becomes very linear.
Of course, man.
You know, the 4 chords, play fast. It's the same oompa 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 beat the whole time. Where it's like, let's explore this. You know, let's see what we can do with this.
And really, like, what's punk but an attitude? It could be so many different styles of music. It could be like, well, I don't need to list them all, but it's still punk.
Subgenre upon subgenre and
cooler and tougher. Which I'm all about. I love that whole macho style of music.
Yeah, and that's with Immortal Champions and my old band in Ottawa. I was going to tell you, if Tomorrow Comes, you haven't checked them out. That was like. We were thugcore. Like,
oh man, I want to check that.
Yeah, definitely check that out.
Is that all a part of your main overarching like Thicker Than Blood website?
Oh well, yes, it is on there, and I did record that. I record every band I've been in. I've basically recorded them, so I never had any real, training about recording. I just self-taught myself. Same as drums. I'm completely self-taught.
I've done a good chunk of recording, but I don't know. You know how to do the real, like, record a drum kit.
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
how to make a very limited, like, I can do samples in a drum machine.
Yeah.
And then, like, fake my way through vocals and guitar, but doing the, like, a live context that's pretty daunting. Plus,
And you know what? The thing in my head when I approach anything is another person did this before me. There's no real formula. The only thing we've got is better equipment, but I mean, at the end of the day, someone has done this. So if a man has done it before us, we can all do it, right?
Yeah.
Just dive in and do it.
Because I was listening back to some of the Immortal Champions, your earlier releases.
Yeah, real demo roughy ones.
They're rough, but there's still separation. You can hear the different tracks. It's not just
exactly,
like
and that's because of my love of music. And
yeah, it's not like a late '80s fucking black metal record that's just like a buzzing.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
You know, I don't know if you're like dead from mayhem and you buried your clothes for a week before you, and then dug them up and put them on before you recorded, but.
That should be my new my new ritual for when I do anything.
Yeah.
Gonna have a beer. I'll be right back. Oh, dug it up.
I think the best stuff about black metal isn't necessarily the music. It's just the
imagery.
Yeah, the imagery, and it's just kind of like it's like a horror movie or something.
Yeah, totally. With the corpse paint and everything.
Yeah.
Get right into it, like Death Clock.
Or it's like watching like a cult documentary where they have this like dazed look, like they believe what they're selling
stuff,
which is hilarious. It's just as goofy as being like hardcore religious or into self-help or
totally. I mean, and everyone lives their own paths, right? At the end of the day, everyone lives their own paths.
Hey man, it's good to have a mission like any of this stuff, because I'm sure you have a day job, like you grind it out at the job, but it's good to have this kind of musical narrative pushing you forward.
Which I've had all my life. Without it, I think I'd be insane.
Yeah,
I would totally not be sitting here talking to you.
Kid and you know, smoking rocks in the alley. Like a lot of the people that come and watch you play music.
Yeah.
At least in the big city. The crackheads in Belleville aren't really...
which is sad, because Belleville could really be a good venue for music. And it's sad the way that it's just not there anymore.
It's
frustrating.
I was gone a while, but I felt like it was really hype. Like for a while when I was gone, I think between 2007 to 2010 and 11, I felt like there was a lot more local bands. A lot of it was like screamo, but even some
like
of those
Hail
people.
Marie and
what's that?
In Hail Marie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that type. Yeah, I know. I mean, like, yeah, definitely.
Like, it wasn't bands that I didn't like their music, but some of the people were chill, and I'm just like, I'd rather trash someone on a podcast than to their face.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I'm not like Bates is more just like, you know, he'll tell someone he doesn't like their music or.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm basically I don't do anything. I just have one face. I'm there. I take it all in. I'm very, just right in the middle.
Yeah. Well, you gotta be. I mean, I haven't gigged as much as you guys, but I remember you're in your lineup of whoever's playing, and you're just there. You don't want to like diss them too hard, because even if the band is whack, it takes takes balls to get up on stage and play some original material.
They're going there and putting themselves in front of you, and who wants to be heckled? Who wants to be talked down to? I mean, sure, lots of times. I mean, every time what I do is I stand by the side and I'm just like, okay, I got to go look at the drummer. Because I'll know as soon as the drummer starts playing if I'm going to like this band or not. Regardless of the style, regardless of how they play. Yeah. I need to see the drummer. Yeah. And then when I see the drummer, then I move out and see the band. But there's been lots of times where I'm just sitting there going, oh my God, this drummer's really good. Like, holy crap, I don't want to play. And then Bates is like, what is your problem, man? Seriously, you're afraid of that? What? Get your head out of your ass. Like,
Yeah.
But that's the way I am. I guess like with humility and being humble, right? Like,
yeah.
I could be a complete
you can always
jackass,
get better. There's always some technique you don't know yet, or
exactly, and that's all I do is keep on practicing every day for 40 minutes. Practice,
dude. You're
practice, and I still do that every day, nonstop.
Well, this show is called Excuse Factory. And I feel like it's my love letter to anybody who's followed stuff I've done and then gave up on. Because I used to be in a band and I used to do shows, but I had a daughter and just kind of scaled back on doing that. I focused on writing, and then I'm kind of like I did a little bit of recording while I was off, but you know yourself sometimes when you you collaborate with other people.
Yeah.
they may be very brilliant people and like they're inspired, but getting organized, getting everybody in the same room to record when you all work is fucking it's tedious. It's a pain in the butt, and sometimes the energy isn't there when you're together, so it's hard to. It's like let's just crush some beers and then we'll go home.
Yeah, exactly. But, that's I totally get that.
But I was like I've switched my schedule a bit with work, and I started listening to podcasts. I was like, man, I could fucking do this, and this will scratch my itch to have people listen to me and tell me I'm good or not. And I was like, I should do a podcast. So what I've been doing is getting people I think that are cool in the area to come on, and we interview them, and so here we are. But enough about you're the feature man, so I had some more stuff I wanted to ask you.
Definitely.
And I think anybody who's down with E.L.E. would be get a kick out of this. So, because you guys, I mean, like when I used to play with Aurora Snow, they had done some stuff. They opened for Misfits.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had some pretty big milestones when they're doing the band, but I think they've really some of those things I think were more like a one-off. They just had good fortune in being in the right place at the right time.
Definitely.
But like since you've been in the band, can you think of any? What are some like really memorable like bands you guys have played with?
Dayglow Abortions in Peterborough.
Yeah,
that was an awesome show.
That's in my show notes. I was like,
I
kind of want to hear about that. I'm a little jelly.
It was insane because one of the first reasons when I met a guy named Chris back in the day, we had a band called Neotripsic, and the whole basis of that band was to be Dayglow Abortions.
Yeah, because they rule.
But it ended up being a death metal band.
That'll happen too.
Which was the whole. But honestly, Dayglow Abortions was the reason why I wanted to be in a band. Like it was that album the first album can't even explain it.
Those riffs. It's the riffs.
Everything, man. Everything.
And the lyrics and the delivery.
Art Fuck Kill and Dog for like just acting like Black. It just doesn't end.
I've seen them live in Guelph. I'll say 2003, and it was hands down one of the best shows ever.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate we play with them. No, I won't want to say unfortunate. It sucks. Like that, they didn't have Jesus Bonehead on drums and, the original members. But, I mean, time is time, whatever. But it was cool. Cretin was there. I hung out with him downstairs, and I had this fucking crazy chat with him for, like, I don't even know, 20, 25 minutes about his mom and religion. And I wish I could not remember, but be there with everybody to see the conversation we had. I was in fucking tears laughing so hard. This guy is a comedic genius. I'm not even kidding. It just comes right off of his mouth, and he's talking about his mom and feeding him beans and telling him to shut the fuck up.
They gotta get him on a podcast. I'm sure he's done. I know he's done interviews. Like you can look on YouTube, but
when he was younger,
amazing in a pod format like this.
And it was cool to me to play that gig meant a lot to me because of being a young child.
Sure.
Well, teenager, not a young child, teenager, and wow, I've said it out of my lips that I want to be like Dayglow Abortions. I want to play like Dayglow Abortions, and then holy shit, I'm playing with Dayglow Abortions.
There's a. Did you read the R Fuck Kill book?
No, I want to read that. It was on my to-do list, and I've been so busy with work and everything else that I have no.
I'm not a book lender, and I won't lend that one because I got it signed by the author. But
man.
You could. It's written by a guy named Chris Walter, who's he's busy on Facebook, but he has I think his publisher is called Go Fuck Yourself Press. He did a book on day-glow abortions, and he interviewed a lot of the people. It's just a crazy ass book, and he also did one about SNFU. That's the other band.
Oh man, I love that band.
He might have done one on the BFGs, but I could be wrong. That might be another
big
author.
Fucking goofs.
Yeah,
bunch of fucking goofs.
There's some crazy stories.
Oh, I love reading those. I read the Lemmy one. The Rex from Pantera one is actually phenomenal.
Rex Rocker. I gotta check that out. A friend of
really
mine
good.
was telling me about it.
It's really good. It's
They're
actually
like,
really good.
People like to troll the band just because Phil's kind of a dummy, but their music is amazing. I think you'll back me on this, like because you were talking about Megadeth briefly. Dave Mustaine is a weenus, but his
music is phenomenal.
He made Rust in Peace. I don't care what he says to the press.
Dude, that album.
I don't care if he votes Republican. He made Rust in Peace.
I don't care if he shits out of his vagina.
Yeah.
Rust in Peace Nick Menza was a phenomenal. Rest in peace, Nick was a phenomenal drummer. Same with Chris Poland, the original drummer.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's the guitar player.
Even Gar Samuelson, the dude who played Peace Sells, he's good too.
Killing in your
him
business.
And Chris Poland were junkies. And
I know. They spent half the money.
They played
on
jazz
heroin.
fusion. Yeah, they're jazz
to record
fusion
the first
players.
album,
and they just did it to get drug money. They didn't even like metal, but they were amazing metal musicians.
And we just created Megadeth. Fuck you, Metallica.
Because they didn't. Well, Megadeth is way better.
Yes, musically, I don't care. Any elite fuck can come and we got Metallica. Fuck you. Megadeth will destroy them.
Metallica, though, I will say they have legendary stuff.
Oh, definitely. But so does Ramones.
Yeah.
So does Iggy Pop. So does Beyonce. They have legendary stuff, but as a musician, Metallica cannot even stand close to Megadeth. Even Dave on his own would beat their asses.
They're not good live, that's the thing. But in studio in the 80s, they were phenomenal.
Your band is only as good as your drummer.
Oh, it's so true.
That's all I could say.
It's so true.
Fucking Lars.
We could honestly spend an hour bashing Lars.
Oh, man. We could spend an hour bashing Lars. Anyway, so we're way off topic. We're talking about E.L.E., first meet them, how they got me.
Yeah, and I had, we were covering, some of the... Didn't you guys play with DOA, or was that Aurora Snow?
That was probably Aurora Snow.
Okay.
No, we didn't play.
A lot of this is a half-assed. I am pretty half-assed in a lot of the stuff I do, so I don't have everything noted. But I was going to ask about Immortal Champions, because your newest release last year, the Metal Up Your Thrash.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I started listening, I was like, okay, I like what you're doing here, and I like that it was short and sweet.
That's
so
what it
many
is.
bands, they'll have a good idea, but then they'll tack on a bridge and a crappy verse, and then too many repeated chords. The arrangements aren't very tight. But your stuff, you'll have a little bit of a change in the feel and the emphasis on the rhythm, but then it ends.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's tight.
The
and then another fucking song starts, and it's
exactly. It just
I heard the one, or maybe I was listening to one, spacing on it, but I was like, I think you're making fun of what's that Cholo band? Suicidal Tendencies.
Oh yeah. Hey Mike.
I heard that. I'm like,
I hope you got that Pepsi.
But
the whole thing is just a joke, and it's funny when I get emails of people like, you can't say that. That's fucking disgusting, and you should be in jail, and that should not be allowed to be like it's a comedy band. It's anal cunt and guar. That's what my whole vision for it was.
Yeah, but
that's it.
You're actually doing a perfect segue in terms of what I wanted to talk about, because you're a guy who's been like involved with music a long time.
Definitely.
I find that like, and I don't want to get into a whole everybody's too sensitive, but we are kind of going that way. But I think,
oh man, everyone's got. Well, I don't have my pussy out, but everybody has their pussy out. Like,
but I think it's not even that. It's like specific. It's the idea that they can't tell the difference between like, okay, like
sarcasm.
I'm all for not being a dick in reality. Like I wouldn't go out and like use slurs or like beat up my wife or abuse my family or you know, I want people to live a happy and full life. And, and be
I don't want to wish
are.
anything bad on anyone except for Donald Trump. It's okay.
But but our creative space is a whole different thing. Like, because I've got a book that I'm working on. So you have characters that are gonna say stuff if they're a bad guy, quote unquote.
Definitely.
They're gonna say nasty shit. Like especially like in a book. There's going to be rapes or you listen to Cannibal Corpse. It's almost like a slasher film in terms of the narrative and the lyrics. Like Chris Barnes doesn't want to fuck women with a knife, but he wrote a song called "Fuck with a Knife." Yeah, but I think a lot of people can't. It's like everything is real. Like, no, man, it's creative. It's like it's art.
It's because everything happens so fast now because it's instantaneous, like with technology, right? So
yeah.
People just back when I was growing up, we didn't have computers. Fuck, that sounds so weird. Edit that part.
It's same with,
no, but like seriously, so we didn't have multi. What's that?
The same with me. Like not until I was like we had a computer when I was a teenager, but it was Windows 95. So
see, I had
play it just for the novelty. You get on it for the novelty, but it wasn't like that good. It wasn't like
now it's like the center of everything.
Yeah, now I'm like, I need to put these fucking devices down because like my hands are cramped. I'm on this shit too much.
Too busy looking at this and reading this, and that's anything's an influence, right? Like anything is an influence. So as this technology became more in our face constantly, there's too much noise, and how does one filter that?
Well, and I think a lot of people, they just do that casual. They see a headline and then they're pissed off. But the headline could be like tongue-in-cheek or ironic. And then, so you're just getting
everything I do in Immortal Champions is tongue-in-cheek.
Absolutely. But
it is just
to me,
funny.
I got it right away. Because like...
A lot of people don't. Like, I can't believe how many people don't. I do not want to go and rape my wife.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
No.
I mean, I don't know. It's like, it's... and they take it like it happened.
I know. Like you're getting organized and doing that. It's just... I don't know. I think... So people get more mad about something like that instead of like the... Like
the gas prices.
There's the gas prices, or there's a fucking boil water advisory in all the reserves in Canada.
Yeah, exactly. Something
like,
that's
but nobody's
real.
mad. Nobody's mad about that. It's so I don't know. I think people they got their heads so far up their asses.
And I mean that could be a whole like a crazy intellectual podcast based on that. I could go on forever about that.
Well,
but
we don't want to get too intellectual though, because I only have about 15 steady listeners. I don't want to lose anybody.
Oh crap! Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean actually, like a lot of what we do is just what we're doing now, just shooting the shit.
Which is awesome. And that sucks because you know what? All the major podcasts or videos or trend shit is all this retarded garbage that lasts like the 15 minutes of fame, whereas like stuff that's fun and good and could be something gets shit out the other end. You know what I mean? Like
I hear you, man.
It's the same as playing in the band E.L.E. I love playing the band. We love playing, but there's no fucking money anymore.
No,
there's nothing anymore. It gets to the point where you're going to a show, out of your pocket, $150 gone.
Well, easily. I mean, like, you guys are a tight unit and you're small, but you still got to get to your gigs. You're taking your time to do that. You got to eat something on the road. I'm sure you guys don't. I know you like practice and are tight musicians, but you probably don't have sandwiches packed.
I do.
You do. Okay.
I actually asked the boys. I actually bring a bag with me of food. I do that when I go to shows. Like I'm going to see Pennywise and Slayer this month, and I always pack a big bag of lunch.
I wish I knew what seat I was in so I could come and see you, but I will be at Slayer also.
Oh, dude, yes, yeah, man.
I'm going with my old crew of like buddies. I don't think you were in the Belleville area in the late '90s, were you?
Oh yeah.
Were you? Do you remember Bile?
Pardon?
Do you remember the band Bile?
Bile or Vile?
Bile, like stomach acid.
Bile. Why does that sound so familiar?
We were all kids. I wasn't in the band.
Was that remember Zombie Ate My Neighbors?
That's Bug from. He was also in Stillborn. So they play that Metal to the Teeth.
I love Bug, man.
Yeah, well, Bug's the shit.
Bug is the shit. He actually came. He was going to be... Because that's funny how that all just turned into that. Because Bug came out to sing for 5.5 Roots. And 5.5 Roots turned into an instrumental hardcore band because we could never find a singer.
Oh, shit.
And Bug actually came and sang with us.
Hands down, like, he's the first live vocalist I saw do, like, brutal like death metal growls and, and screeches.
Bug's the shit. I got a song that we worked on a couple years ago and he sent me vocal tracks. It's friggin' amazing.
Dude, he's like just gives me goosebumps. He's so good. He would shrug all of that off because he's super humble.
Yeah,
but he's got a band called Slutopia 13.
Yeah, Slutopia 13.
Fucking dope. Him and Ike is such a cool dude too.
Ike is an amazing fucking drummer.
He has grooves, man. Oh. He just rides that groove so hard.
Man, he's so good. I loved having talks with him, man. And he posseed out to Ottawa.
Yeah, like I said, we have mutual friends, but some of the guys that I'm going with to the Slayer were all part of that music scene. Like Bug and Ike I think Ike's a little older than me, but like we're all part of that kind of crew. And like I had a band called AML in high school.
Yeah.
And I stopped doing punk for a while, but I really want to get back into it.
And you should. Everyone should. Every single person should take up music.
Well,
the problem is that no one does it enough anymore.
Me and kids Shane nowadays, we're talking about doing like a side project, just a recording thing called Scum Drops. And he was like, he said you were into drum, but then you guys got super busy. Shaner's in the Muddy Hack, and I think he had something else going on too. He's got a little boy.
Yeah,
he's a busy dude. So it's funny.
He's a busy dude. I'm a busy dude.
Yeah, you've got to be a busy guy. I ran into him at the show, and I was like, man. He's like, E-Rock, man, we're gonna do this. I'm like, Shane, I'll wait. If we're free in 5 years, we'll do it. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be one of those things. It's not.
I want to record it.
I have all the. Well, I hope you do. I'm terrible at this stuff, at post production. But we're hitting a lull. I think we should wrap it up because we could do another session another time. I'm thinking.
Definitely, anytime, man. That was fun.
Don't hang up because I'll talk to you for a couple minutes after we stop recording. So anybody or anyways peeps, that's Excuse Factory episode 14. Blaster Man, plug your shit. Tell the good
always
folks
angry,
where they can...
alwaysangryapparel.com. That's where I do all my band shirts and all that good stuff. I have that, and then Thicker Than Blood Records is the label.
Okay, where is that? Where can people check out the bands on that?
On Bandcamp.
Okay.
So it'll be under Thicker Than Blood Recs, recs.bandcamp.com. And alwaysangryapparel.com. So that's where the any bands out there looking for some good, solid, cheaper shirts, CD pressings, anything like that, that's what we do there. So
sweet. And also you can follow E.L.E. at E.L.E. Punks Punks.
Yeah.
PUNX on Instagram as well.
And ELEpunks.bandcamp.com.
Hell yeah.
And Immortal Champions suck.
Well, thanks again for coming on the show, man.
Anytime, man.
All right, we're going to stop recording. And done.